guys, Ralph here. True Power Trumpet Fitness. And welcome to terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, baby. Life is good. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. I've been getting a lot of feedback, and I've been giving a load of Skype lessons. And needless to say, I'll get to it, but we're getting a lot of different feedback, and I want you guys to be privy to it, because maybe some of it could be very, very appropriate to what you're experiencing, and it might be helpful. Okay? So, that's it. I've not played yet today. Let's see what we got. Now, everybody tells me that across the, we get a lot of emails and whatnot, that the spit buzz is significantly stronger than the other way, which is coming across on the laptop, whatever. Oh, and towards that end, the last thing I played last night before retiring was the E-flat trumpet. Usually I'm blasting away on high note. Let's see what the control is with the E-flat trumpet without a warm-up. Okay? That, as you all know, is one of my favorite pieces of all time, and a staple in any trumpet player's library. Second movement from the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. And again, B-flat, piccolo. I'll warm up with piccolo tomorrow. It doesn't matter. The work is done inside your mouth, not in the trumpet. We talked about that. Anyway, I've got a lot of things I'm going to read. And I think they're very, very appropriate to what's going on when you first, not the last one. The last one is a glowing thing about Jerry. But anyway, this first one is a young man in the Chicago area. I'm not going to use his name. I'm not going to use his university and whatnot, but very, very bright kid. Playing in the Chicago area at a university there. He's not a music major. He's a biology major, extremely bright, doing extremely well with the chops. Now, here's the thing. I was very, very hesitant to give him the cough attack, and I'll tell you why. First of all, he got the 1SB. Now, he was playing Bach mouthpieces in, Chicago Chickowitz style and all that type of thing. If that's what you want, fine. But he wanted more chops. Okay? So, and this is 2 months ago. Okay? Maybe more than that. He's taken, I think, maybe 4 or 5 lessons over the course of 3 to 5 months. I don't know the time span exactly. You don't need them. But did beautifully with the old way. Now, for whatever reason, he escaped tightening up the corners. And he was not overblown. He was a very, very sort of quintet kind of lyrical kind of playing. Okay? So he needed some power. So we gave him the 1SB, got him spit buzzing, and boom, it took off. His power just snapped right up to, he couldn't play a decent high C before in a couple F above high C. Just doing beautifully, beautifully. C trumpet, didn't matter. He did a master class with Vince DiMartino. Vince loved it. Checked out the mouthpiece. Oh, that's great. As long as he was getting a great sound, Vince was comfortable with it. Okay? Now, 2 weeks ago, he was one of the first ones that I had after I started with the cough attack. Okay? And I told him, listen, this lesson is for free. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Okay? You're doing beautifully. Give it a shot. And if you don't like it, we'll just go back to the other one. Okay? And he took to it. He said, I'm open. He took to it. Now, he is, even though he's not a music major, he does play with the orchestra and all that sort of stuff. So he has obligations. And this is what we got. Okay, Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've been using the cough attacks for about 2 weeks now. He has not had a lesson in that time. I just gave him a lesson 2 weeks ago on the cough attack. Unfortunately, I cannot implement them entirely because I have to play some double-tonguing passage for an orchestra concert this week. Now, guys, this is perfect for a lot of you guys. So, I mean, if this resonates with you, that's wonderful. I found that switching between the two types of articulation is difficult. When I try to do this, my setup collapses faster. Okay? While the articulation started out sounding a bit off, it eventually started popping. I could get the same, if not better, ping at the start of every note. However, for what I have to perform this week, it's just not fast enough, and that's exactly what I got. Everything else was rocking, except it wasn't fast enough. I told you, if I had Scheherazade or something staring me in the face, I would not be able to do it this way. Okay? However, let's just how fast. That being said, just casual fooling around has already drastically increased the speed so that I have no doubt it will come eventually. That's with his cough attacks, okay? I plan to fully switch to coughs next week after all my playing obligations are finished. When I have done the cough attacks correctly, my tone has opened up even more and my range is an entire 2 notes better than it was. So he's doing high F's and G's, no problem with the cough attack, okay? And as soon as he's done, he'll get in touch with the lesson. But that probably comes into play for a lot of you. Now, it is entirely up to you how you implement it. If you want to practice one way and use the old way for rehearsals, performances, whatever, I mean, that's entirely up to you. He felt like he just really had to put it on the back shelf until his playing was done, until his big concerts were done. And then the two of them, he just found he was betwixt and between, and you heard him. He was collapsing much quicker doing the other way. Okay? But just a little bit of fooling around. He saw the value in it, and he's going to get, we have a lesson for another couple weeks, and he's going to get to it as soon as he's done. Okay. This is from my man down under. Okay? He's one of my lab rats. And I have a day off, so I thought I'd send you an update. Okay? Range up. Sound quality up. Clams down. Attacks improving, but still not as clear as I'd like. Intonation improving. I've seen a lot more. I seem to have a lot more play in each note if I want it. That's because your chops are so much more relaxed. Power up lots. Now he overblows, so I'm a little skeptical of his power, but again, he's a terrific player. Flexibility, vast improvement. This is one of the more interesting components. Getting around all ranges quickly and easily, and that's absolutely true. Liberati, dotty. I mean, all these octave uplies. That's a big part of it, okay? Endurance, improving daily. Musicality, either wonderful or terrible, depending on how well the setup is. Okay, initially, now he hasn't been doing it a week. 10 days maybe, a week at the most. There is a little hit and miss involved when you're trying anything new, absolutely. And if it's not right, then please, you sound like you've never played before. And that is what you have to take into consideration when you're trying to go out and play professionally or have responsibilities. Overall ease of playing is remarkable. It has a solid feel to it. Still a way to go, but general improvement is very rapid. Tongue has to be really thick and supportive, true. Compression is greatly improved and has more significant effects, but can collapse quickly when attention is not paid to it. Yeah, it's not natural enough yet to do it, so you have to think about it. Tongue level seems more pronounced while moving registers than before. Okay, range up, quality up, clams down. This is a week. Range up in a week. Maybe one other system. They'll give you range, everything up in a week. Very few. Okay, this is different. This is a guy that had taken a lesson. Well, you'll see. Taken a lesson with Jerry years ago. And just got the cough and then 1SB like last week. Okay? But this is one of the top players in Europe, and I can use his name. Niranjan, I'm not going to pronounce it right, Wijekarema from Brussels. Okay? Here we go. I think you should all try Jerome Kalit's system. This advice is given me by Professor Friedman Immer, and eventually turned out to be the very best guidance I ever got in my trumpet playing life. Okay? Friedman Immer is the top natural trumpet soloist in Europe. Huge. Physically, he's 6'7", he's huge, but he's just a big guy. And he suggested his student go to Jerry. In December 2000, a few months ahead of my final exam, my recital program that was included in Haydn, Leopold, Mozart, etc., 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 as well as several orchestras, my embouchure collapsed and I was diagnosed with facial dystonia. Guys, I'm a little sick of hearing about dystonia. Now, it's a legitimate thing, and some people have it, but some people just screw their chops up and they say, oh, I have dystonia. Okay? Now, I then began a 2-year quest seeking advice from various renowned teachers and countless physicians, but none of them could help me in an attempt to play even more than one single note. I was already playing with the idea of quitting when I decided to give myself one last chance and follow with Jerome Kalit's principles. I spent a life-changing week in New York with the master himself. Within just 1 year of fanatical practicing, each day 8 hours of combining spit buzzing and on sets and calisthenics, I was able to rebuild enough chop strength to successfully play my final exam, the one that he couldn't play. How many months before? Double concerto, Haydn, Leopold, Mozart going on. Ever since then, I'm thankful to Jerome Kalit for saving my chops. If it wasn't for his wisdom, I would not be able to today to earn a living with my trumpet in my hand. This is Niranjan, can't pronounce it, Wicker, PhD, trumpeter, Baroque trumpet teacher at the Kamenlek Conservatory in Brussels. Guys, a top, not only a player, but a pedagogue in Europe. Saved his life. Now, he got the 1SB about a week ago. Jerry just gave him a couple little things over the phone. Cough. We're waiting to hear how it goes. Guys, I know that all of you that are subscribed and listen every day are convinced. I understand that. But this is it. If you have the 1SB, even if you don't have a lesson yet, start fooling around with the cough technique, the cough attacks. That's all a cough in the back of my throat. Okay? My book will be coming out that will shed a little light on the subject. And guys, next level, so easy. Love you all. We're running out of time here, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power.